Whoa! Holy yeah! Welcome to another episode of Bleed Purple and Gold. As you know, I am the host, BrandonJaneau, and like always, all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow, uh, Instagram and Threads, BrandonJaneau, Facebook, The BrandonJaneauShow, and of course TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow. That's all my social medias. Go follow all those social media pages that I just said. Um, and of course, YouTube channel Brand New Show. I've officially hit 200 subscribers. That is crazy. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I finally hit 200 subscribers on YouTube. So go subscribe. Uh, my clips are starting to get attraction, so a lot of people are starting to follow me. And I do subscribe and I do comment back. So I hope you guys enjoy uh, this episode, man. Holy shit! Holy shit! We won. We just won. Overtime thriller. We beat Ole Miss Rebels 26-29 in overtime thriller. Won on literally the first play of our possession in overtime. Gary Nussmeyer hit Casey Lacey, uh, Kyrie Lacey for a touchdown, 25-yard touchdown, and we won. Um, but let's not act like if you watched this game like I did, that this didn't stress you the fuck out as an LSU fan. Oh my God. First of all, new information breeds you know, new reasons. So here's the thing. I have been very, and I mean very, against this defense of LSU for the last couple of fucking years. This was the best game they played all night. This was the best game. We've had moments in games, second halves in games. The UCLA second half, we played very fucking well in that UCLA second half. South Carolina was a little shaky too, but we didn't really give up too many crazy plays in that South Carolina game outside of that 75-yard touchdown in the beginning of the second half. Now, granted, we did also have their South Carolina did have their quarterback injured, so take that with a grain of fucking salt. But we won the game, and this is the thing about LSU, man. This was the best defensive game they played all season. I mean, from the fucking front, from the beginning to the motherfucking end. I mean, now, granted, Ole Miss damn sure helped us out with some stupid ass penalties. They definitely helped us out with penalties. Not about to sit up here and act and lie. They definitely helped us out with penalties. But for what LSU defensively did tonight, this was what you needed. Uh, uh, Weeks, Weeks, he might be the key piece of this defense moving forward. He will be very important for this defense moving forward. This is this is the thing about the LSU Tigers, man. If you are an LSU fan, you know you know our defense has been the weakest fucking part of our team for the last pretty much since we won the national championship. That defense has been the weakest part of our team. This game was the best I've seen our defense play in years. I, in years, I've been an LSU fan my whole life. I can easily pinpoint games where we just defensively just shut shit down. This was the best game we played defensively, and I can easily tell you that this was the best game we played defensively the whole fucking year, from the beginning to the motherfucking end. Now, did we have some moments where we gave up some big plays? You're fucking right, we did. That's LSU. I don't expect us to just play great every fucking game. We're gonna have our moments, but I'd rather have a moment than an entire game where you're just literally letting motherfuckers have 75-yard touchdowns every damn quarter. It's like that ain't gonna work. This was the best defensive game I've seen all fucking season. This was top tier. Like I said, we've had our moments in certain games. The UCLA game that we had, South Alabama game. Nichols was a little shaky. South Carolina game was a little shaky, but this was the best game we had all fucking year defensively. Like this was it, man. Even in the overtime, like I said, now Ole Miss definitely helped us. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like they didn't help us. Ole Miss definitely helped us with some of those situations. But when you get 6 sacks on a quarterback, that's not just them putting themselves into situations where they're getting. We are sacking people again. We are putting pressure on the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. I ain't seen sacks for the LSU defense in years. This shit is crazy. Like 6 fucking sacks. That again, that don't fucking happen. Not LSU of all people. LSU, not of all people. This was the best. This was it, man. This was it, man. 6 sacks. That is South Alabama is one thing. South Carolina is one thing. But the way we kept getting to Jackson Dart, and on top of that, the fact that we were also stopping them, we were hitting them. Like this was the best defensive game I think LSU's had in some years. This was top tier. This was I gotta give these motherfuckers their credit, man. Like they kept us in this game. Let's be real. If you watch this game, man, you know LSU defense literally kept us in this fucking game. It kept us in the game, man. That overtime was great. The way we played defense in that overtime. Again, Ole Miss gave us penalties, but 6 sacks, turnovers. When we needed a play, the defense stepped up. You gotta give them credit for that, man. You gotta give them credit for that. Now, on the other side of the ball, great touchdown. I'm so happy for Gary Nussmeier. The last two plays, the last two plays for the offense in this game, he stepped up and he made the throw. Congratulations. But it will not erase what the fuck you did on that field tonight. And that is, he had a fucking horrible game. That shit was fucking horrendous. You watch that game like I watched that game, he looked fucking petrified in the pocket. Every fucking time he had to step up, he just did not want to do it. I get it. You got pressure coming to you, so you're a little timid, you're a little. But the fact that they're giving you running lanes. Now, again, I'm not trying to say it. We all know if this was Jaden Daniels last year, Jaden Daniels is taking those fucking running lanes. You good fucking luck trying to catch that dude. Gary Nussmeiser's got speed. He's got some athleticism. He can get the fuck out the pocket. The fact the man just did not take the chances is the most ridiculous thing on the planet. The only time he did take the chance, he got a first down on like a 3rd and 12. The fucking man got a first down. He picked up a first down running the football, 14 yards. You cannot. This is how you help the running game. Because if you got a quarterback that can actually get the fuck out the pocket, that makes the running game easier to have. Which is again my biggest fucking problem with LSU. You cannot throw the ball 40, 50 fucking times in a game and your quarterback completes 21, 22 passes. That shit don't even add up. I don't know what was wrong with Katie Dorm tonight. I don't know. But if he's really hurt, why you not using Caleb Jackson? You're using Josh Williams. He's a senior, been in college for a minute. Cool. But the fact that they did not even try to attempt to run the football at certain points in this game, that's my fucking problem with LSU. That right there. You cannot continuously make this fucking offense one fucking dimensional. You cannot do that. And y'all are choosing to do it. That's the one thing about LSU's offense that is fucking mind boggling to me. You are choosing to make it one dimensional. You have running backs. You cannot sit up here and tell me you have literally two offensive linemen that are particularly getting called to be possibly at least top 15 picks next year in the draft, and you telling me you can't run the fucking football. with those two offensive linemen on the football field. Clearly, nigga, you don't know what you're doing. That offensive coordinator of the LSU Tigers is fucking terrible. I'm gonna be honest. If LSU didn't win this game, and even if, you know what, fuck that. No, fuck that. I don't give a fuck LSU won this game. Brian Kelly needs to be fired for this shit that he does. I don't like calling for fucking people's jobs, but certain motherfuckers, like, god damn, bro. Yes, we won the game, but let's be 100 about this shit tonight. If we didn't win that game, I would have got on here and I'm gonna say what the fuck I was gonna say then. Just because we won, don't change my feelings on this shit. Brian Kelly might be the dumbest fucking head coach in college football right now. He 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 up there. This shit is ridiculous. There is no way in hell you see the game that you just had in your offense. You're supposed to be this offensive guru human being. How the fuck the running game has gotten worse under your fucking tutelage? We have good running backs. It's worse. And like I said, when we had the LSU, like when I talked about the first game we had this season, the only reason why the running game was good last year is because of Jaden fucking Daniels. That is no way in hell this situation. You watch this situation tonight, and you just like sitting there. Like I said this 2 weeks ago when they played South Alabama. This is the perfect game to get the running game established. The fact that they didn't even try in that game after a while, because Durham went down, is like, bro, you gotta try to get the running game established. This game is great. This was a great game for the defense. Offensively, the problems I have with this offense is the same fucking problems I have with this offense. We're fucking one dimensional. We cannot run the football. It's not that we can't run it, we're choosing not to run the football. And that is what's pissing me off. That right there, that nugget of fucking, you cannot watch these LSU games and think that these motherfuckers cannot run the football. When you have two projected top 15 offensive linemen on this fucking football team, you cannot tell me you cannot run the football. You're choosing not to run the football. That is the problem. I, the defense kept us in this game just long enough for the offense to finally get a fucking touchdown. I, next week, we play Arkansas. That's a hard game. Anytime we play Arkansas, especially when we play Arkansas in Arkansas, it's always a questionable game for us. We won. We beat Ole Miss. Congratulations. It was overtime. It took overtime to get us to beat Ole Miss. But we did it. We didn't lead the entire game up until that last touchdown in overtime. That tells you a lot. If the defense can do what they did and continue to play the way they're playing, we're good. But the fucking offense, you cannot be one dimensional. You can't be one dimensional, man. Garrett Nussmeier is a good quarterback. He's good. But this game showed you something. When you do pressure him, he fades. He gets tense. He overthrows he overthrows the people. You can't have games like that, man. Especially in the SEC. You can't do it. You can't fucking do it. Listen, we crazy as it sounds, we have a chance to still win the SEC. We can get an SEC championship game. If you look at our schedule, Vanderbilt is way better than I thought they would be. Clearly, Vanderbilt is way better than I thought they would be. But they come to us. Oklahoma got fucking destroyed tonight, but today by Texas. But we shall see what they look like at the end of the season. Teams in the SEC. It takes a minute for the SEC for teams to adjust to the SEC. Like I said, Texas is easy. Texas has played SEC teams for the last 3 years. Oklahoma has not. So they're going to take a minute to actually adjust to the SEC and how they play. They got absolutely ran off the field today against Texas. That shit was embarrassing. Um, Alabama barely beat um, South Carolina, which South Carolina is a really good team. So I'm not about to sit up here and act like that's a crazy thing. But we got Florida, who looks better than they did the first fucking week, clearly. But LSU can win, man. LSU can. We got Alabama coming to us. We still got Alabama coming to us. Vanderbilt comes to us. Oklahoma comes to us. This game against Arkansas is gonna be a little tricky. Because it's always a game that just shakes us up a little bit. Florida, we go to Florida, but for the most part, we kind of we Alabama offensively is good. Defensively, you can get them, but you cannot be one dimensional. LSU's offense, again, if they can just run the ball consistently. Perfect example, that South Carolina game. That was the best I seen us run the football consistently. We had a consistent run game. And then we went right back to being a 50 passes in a game offense. It's like you cannot do that, bro. Also, Gary Nussmeier, bro, take the fucking check down. It's okay. You don't have to hit big fucking plays all fucking night. Take the fucking check down. That shit pissed me off because that was most of his incompletions. He kept trying to hit the big play, bro. You cannot hit the big play in the SEC every fucking game. Take the fucking check down. Just take it. I get it. I get that you're trying to hit that massive like, but this is the SEC. You're not gonna get those plays, bro. Just take the fucking check down. Most of his incompletions was just him trying to force the fucking football down the field. You can't do that. You cannot do that. You will lose. You're lucky we didn't lose tonight because that's the first thing people would have said. Why the fuck are you just now not taking the fucking checkdowns? You had people that was easily open and you kept trying to force it. You cannot do that. If Brian Kelly wants to save his fucking job, the first thing I'm doing is telling this kid, listen, I get that you want to make the big plays. Get it. Take the checkdowns. Because eventually they're going to move up to try to stop you, which opens up the big plays. You can't run the ball and your quarterback refuses to take fucking simple ass 5, 6 yard passes. That's a problem. We won, but this team is far from a good team. This team is far. We gotta be more. We got that game we played tonight against Ole Miss. If we can do that again defensively, we got a defense. But now the question is the fucking offense. We can't run the ball. It's not that we can't. We don't want to. We're not consistently trying to run a football. And our quarterback refuses to take the easiest fucking throws because he wants to make the big plays. You cannot do that. I don't know what the fuck they tell this kid in practice, but this is not practice. You see something is easy, do it. The fact that they told him, hey man, you might have to run the ball a little bit tonight, and he only ran the ball one time. We won. We won. And that's all people are going to talk about because we won. But I'm watching this team. If our defense continues to play like they played tonight, and here's the thing: the defense has been getting better. Like I said, we've had our moments. UCLA in the second half, South Alabama game kind of was a little, but we handled that pretty well. And then tonight, the defense is playing pretty well. We're getting healthy on defense too. That's a very massive key. But man, this was we won. I mean, I can't take away the fact that we won, but to be in that upper echelon with Texas, because I have no faith in Georgia. I'm sorry. Alabama has an offense. They don't have no defense now. There's never been an Alabama team that you've ever seen well, since Nick Saban's been there. When Nick Saban was there, I can remember when Alabama had no fucking defense. I can easily remember when Alabama had no fucking defense. I can remember when Alabama sucked and 5-8 and 5-4s and shit. So Alabama has no defense. They have a defense this year. They have an offense, but if you keep the offense on the field on the sidelines, you could beat them. So Missouri, I guess we gotta play. Oh, do we have to play Texas A&M this year? I don't think we do. But yeah, LSU wins a thriller. Wins it overtime thriller, 29-26. But we're far from good. We're far from a perfect team, a great team. We're far from good, man. We're above average. And that's all we are. We're above average. Don't look at the record. Look at the play. That's the problem, motherfuckers. We're 5-1. Stop looking at the record. Look at the play. We have barely been in the SEC, and our defense just had their first real major game where they actually look like an actual SEC defense. The offense cannot run the football, and your quarterback refuses to take the easiest fucking passes. And we won 29-26 at home. And we didn't even lead until literally the touchdown that won the game. Stop looking at the record. Stop looking at the record. Look at the fucking play. LSU wins 29-26. I'll be back next week. We play Arkansas. In Arkansas. If you watch last year's game, that shit was a heart attack and a half. So shit was a heart attack and a half. So yeah, get your pills ready. This shit's gonna be a heart racing, pounding fucking matchup. Oh my god, I am not looking forward to this. All right, see y'all next week. Peace.